Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we are continuing the pick a card, choose your own adventure readings. In this case we are doing your love life as promised. Again, we have 4 piles right in front of me. We have pile 1 with the Sunstone. We have pile 2 with the Ocean Jasper Heart. I think that's what it was called. Pile 3, we have a pink opal or a pink opalite. I think it's opal. Whichever it is, it's a pink stone. And for pile 4, we have a rose quart. Oh, there you go. A rose quartz. So with all of that said, everyone feel free to pick a pile, listen to it. The timestamp will be down below in the description, so feel free to just pause it to pick your pile, or if you already have one, to go down to the description below and click on your timestamp so you can watch your reading. Well, yeah, I'll see you in your pile, whichever it is that you choose. Hello pile 1 and welcome to your reading. For those of you that picked pile 1 or the Sunstone, let's see what's in store for your love life. The first card that we have is Ground with the Kingdom. We have Balsamic Moon, A Time for Healing. We have the Equator with a key phrase, to make equal. Well, duh. We have Liberation with the key phrase, free yourself. Yeah, that's fine. With group 1, I always have to figure out how I'm going to lay out the cards, so then for later piles I already have like an idea of how much spacing I have to put for all of them and everything. So with you guys, it's always the experiment. You're my guinea pigs, I guess. Okay, the energies for your love life, we have the Otter, which is a water card, and we have the Eagle, which is an air card. So those could be, you know, yours. Well, whatever. Let me continue with the cards. You have the Six of Swords reverse, Judgment upright, the Three of Swords reverse, and the Two of Wands upright. So pile 1. Your love life seems to be mainly about healing, of course, and bringing yourself into balance in order to get freedom. So I think that's like the straightforward message. Now I'm saying that because we have Ground with the Kingdom here, meaning that you are supposed to be right now in a period of finding your domain, in figuring out your stable form, your peace, finding your grounding again, feeling satisfied by being on your own potentially, or it's more about understanding your present moment, understanding how your physical world works like. So it could be your body, your environment, your mentality as well, but it's being very present in your current reality. So, you know, being open-minded to the situation you're in, and also having your eyes wide open. So I feel like that's kind of where you're at in your love life. Like that's what the main focus is here. So this is when I talk about love lives, usually in my individual readings, I have gotten a lot of different things. It's not just partnership. I have gotten the love life that comes through family, friends, having to do self-healing so you can find, self-love. I've also gotten many other things that are not just romantic partnerships. So keep that in mind. The love section of individual readings that I do tends to be very general. Love has many different definitions, and I think with you guys, you may have gone through a breakup potentially if you had a partner. But if that's not the case, you are definitely just doing your healing right now. That's the whole point for pile 1. We have a time for healing, so you're definitely trying to work through your own things. There seems to be this sense of having to balance yourself again, we have the equator. So you are reaching this point where you're supposed to ground yourself and you're doing healing so you can be stable. So you're working towards that harmony within yourself. The two energies that we have for pile 1 is the otter and the eagle. Now we have an animal that is very happy, very content, very playful and cuddly, and it's a water card. So that means that we're talking about your creativity, your emotions, and your spirituality. That's usually what the water element talks about. And this otter is telling me that you are emotionally searching for what the eagle can do. Now, you could be looking for this in a partner because we have the equator, so it could be also that you're looking for a partner that can help you balance yourself out. But for many of you, this will be a reading about having to find a way to balance yourself. But the eagle it's an air element, so it talks about your intellect, your judgment, your communication, and your ideas. So this eagle is like the apex predator of the earth element, meaning that it's high up there. It's a powerful card in this sense. It's kind of like if we had the King of Swords in here. That's kind of what the eagle talks about. And this is usually the energy I see with the eagle is like when you have your energy super focused and you know exactly what you're getting exactly what you're getting, so you just snatch it, you just get it. So I do feel that emotionally you are looking towards and desiring to find something that lights you up again, something that motivates you again, something that fulfills you and makes you feel happy and motivated. It's kind of like you were searching for your solar plexus and your sacral chakra, meaning, the solar plexus, it's this yellow color that talks about confidence, happiness, optimism, and and creativity as well. There you go. I was like, what was the other one? And the orange that you see surrounding this light is the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra talks about our passions, our sexual energy, and what motivates us as well. So I do feel that with you guys, that's kind of what you're going forward. You're working and healing through your emotions in order for you to find that light again. I do feel that this is kind of like that spark that motivates you. I don't know if this is necessarily for a partnership, like a romantic one. So I don't know if you are potentially waiting to find the opportunity to have a partner again, or you may be going around and not finding that spark with anyone. If you hear weird sounds, it's because the neighbors are walking upstairs and they're kind of noisy. So just saying in case the microphone picks it up, which I'm sure it does. But also, I do feel that the elements that we have here are not necessarily opposite, but they don't really understand each other fully. Water and air are elements that see things very differently. Air signs tend to be very detached, and water signs are a little bit more emotional and are okay feeling what they feel. Air signs tend to run away from stuff like that. So if there's this romantic relationship, like if this resonates, it's for you, and if it doesn't, then it's not for you. There could be that in your love life there is a certain partnership that you may be currently in where someone wants to be emotionally connected and have this beautiful partnership, but the other one is ready to run away. It's someone that is not ready for it, or so you guys could be at different wavelengths or going at different speeds. That's kind of what I'm getting. So in the end, it equates to you guys not being ready for a partnership, or it will take time for the relationship to work if it's about love in a romantic sense. But if we're talking about self-healing, I do feel that message it's kind of like the priority anyways. Even if there's a person that you are romantically involved or you want to be romantically involved with, I do feel the main focus with you, it's still to do self-healing. If you do self-healing, it will definitely help you understand the other person, because you're understanding every aspect of yourself, and I think that's very important with you guys. We have the Six of Swords and the Three of Swords reverse. So the Three of Swords talks about having a heartbreak. It also talks about like, okay, so the Three of Swords talks about heartache, heartbreak, and going through a difficult period. But when it's reversed, it could mean one of two things. It could mean that you're already healing that, or it could mean that you are dragging out this difficult period and you're just continuously still feeling it and going through it. So you're kind of not denying necessarily, but you're still going, you're not allowing yourself to heal through that period. You may be neglecting the fact that you don't feel okay. Again, this could be someone that is resonating with the ego energy of wanting to run away. Maybe you do things very quickly, or you jump into conclusions very quickly, or you're very laser focused on something, and maybe love is something that you're not super focused in, or it's something that you really want but it scares you, right? It happens that there's stuff we desire, but we always go like, I don't know about that though, am I ready for it? We jump into it and then it's like, no, the water's cold. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, you may be getting ahead of yourself. That's what I'm getting at. So yeah, with this Three of Swords, it doesn't bode well with the Six of Swords reverse. So the Six of Swords usually talks about someone that is trying to leave this turmoil and leaving this very chaotic waters, and it could be problems, it could be emotional instability, and you're going towards something more calm, relaxing, and harmonious, right? But with it being reversed, it's the energy of someone that is now wanting to leave their these problems behind. There's a lot of issues, there's ruckus, and it's annoying and frustrating, but you're still there. So all I'm saying is that when you have these cards in the same reading, it kind of tells me that you may be avoiding issues. You may be avoiding the fact that there is a problem, and you may be neglecting it and avoiding it, and maybe you feel a little bit stagnant in your love life because you're not doing the healing that you're supposed to do. Now we have Judgment. So this is supposed to be a wake-up call. Judgment is right here we have fire. So it's like putting yourself into action. Judgment is a Pluto card, meaning the end of something. You're going through a transformation. And Pluto is a planet of death and rebirth. So you are going through a period of completely destroying whatever belief you may have, or whatever idea you're having, or whatever situation you're in. That's what I wanted to say. So that tells me that, you know, your spiritual team or your spirit guides or whatever you believe in, maybe the universe, is over here trying to tell you, pile one, to wake up and realize that there's some healing that you have to do. So if you're complaining, oh, why is my love life not working, or why do I feel like I'm not satisfied, or why are things just not happening, it's because of that. You're not doing your fucking healing. If you feel like I'm being a little bit aggressive, it's not your fault, pile one. I'm just annoyed at how noisy it is upstairs, and my perfectionist brain is just thinking, is this going to disrupt my audio? And that messes me up so bad. We have the Two of Wands. I do feel that life is trying to encourage you to try to figure, you know, this Two of Wands kind of goes with that grounding energy, and also with how can you unlock your love life, which is that card. I'll go a little bit more in depth with it when we get to it. But the Two of Wands talks about someone that has the world at their hands. They know what they have, they understand their environment, and they're aware of the situation they're in. That's why they feel like the world is at their hands. You also have a bunny. A bunny is usually what I think of fertility and good luck. Also, the Two of Wands talks about the energy of someone that is thinking of taking action. So the first few cards of Wands, of the Wands suit, don't really describe the action that is being taken. Is usually describing the idea of taking action. So it's not a stagnant energy. It is the action of just thinking, what am I going to do next? So it's planning and preparing, which is a lot more different from procrastinating and stuff like that. You have to keep that in mind. So you may feel like things are not working out, like nothing's happening, but things are happening, and a lot more will be happening if you start healing yourself. And the thing that you may want to heal yourself is to free yourself of something, right? So here we have liberation and free yourself. So you may feel tied down with a dragon. This is the card that my younger sister will look at, and that's why she called this Magic of You Oracle. She called them the Skyrim cards because in Skyrim you are dragonborn, meaning that you are someone that can roar like a dragon. I have not finished the game, so I don't really know what the whole story is about, but you're special. That's what the Skyrim card talks about. Anyway, but this one is supposed to tell me what you have to unlock in order for your love life to just work, whatever it is that work means for you. But in this case, we have liberation. We have the number 13, that if you add it up, it goes into 4, and 4 is a number of stability. So the whole point here, we have a couple cards, wake up, find your balance, time to heal, and find your grounding. And then here we have kind of like the otter is looking at the eagle, like that's the energy I desire. So if you came here in an idea of like looking for like, oh, what partner do I have out there, this reading is not really talking about that. Pile 1. All you have to do is just focus on yourself and heal yourself. It's kind of like preparing yourself for the next step. Right now, you're supposed to focus on yourself. The ideas that you have that you're trying to avoid thinking are the things that you have to pay attention to right now. The things that are the heartbreak that you feel, the pain that you may feel, or things not working out, is something that you definitely have to explore right now so you can slowly heal it, find balance within yourself, understand all aspects of yourself in order for you to, catch that prey, whatever that is that you're aiming for. And before you can even, if you explore all of those things, you will be able to free yourself. And when you do that, you're going to find, if you're looking for a partner, you're going to have an easier time finding the right partner for you because you will unapologetically be yourself, and that makes it easier to be in the right spot, to find the right people for you. It's easier to attract the people that you want because you are what you want, if that makes sense. When you are not you're not you when you're hungry. I just thought of that with the sneaker ads. Anyway, but when you are going through a period where you are denying who you truly are, it makes it very, very difficult to find the right partner or to find just any right relationship for you, because you are either easily getting triggered by the people around you, or you may feel like you don't deserve the right partner for you. So keep that in mind. Right now, it's a moment for you to empower yourself, especially with the stone that you picked. The Sunstone is kind of like what I think of the sun, right? Very shiny, very bright, very big, masculine energy. I do feel that you have to embody your masculine energy a little bit more, meaning that you need to embody that energy that is very confident, very out there, and is not afraid to show their true colors. It's the energy of someone that is ready to take action when it's needed. But in order to be in that masculine energy, you have to heal your feminine energy, which is the energy that is nurturing, and it's the energy that is healing, the energy that is soothing and low key and very intuitive and patient. So you do need to heal all of that feminine energy in order for you to balance into your healthy masculine energy. Because if you don't heal that feminine energy, you could reach a very toxic masculine energy, which is just taking action, brute force, recklessness, and carelessness as well. So keep that in mind. Healing right now is your priority, or try to make that your priority, one step at a time. I do feel that it will be very exhausting because you may be in a very noisy environment, and I do mean that literally, but I also mean it figuratively, in the sense of you may have a lot of ideas going on right now. With all of the air that you have, I do feel that you could be very overwhelmed with your environment, especially because in your reading I was frustrated with how much noise was going on. So I do feel that you guys may be in a place that doesn't help you do your healing. So take things slowly, because I do feel that when you are in constant survival mode, it makes it a lot more difficult to actually do your healing. So it's fine. Take the time that you have to take. one step at a time. And if you're searching for a romantic partner, you don't have to be at 100%. You just have to be good enough, and that will be something that you will just know. I say you will just know because you are the one that defines what good enough is. As long as you're not lying to yourself, you will understand the situation you're in. But with all of that said, thank you so much for watching Pile 1. I do feel that this could be a hard pill to swallow for some of you, and for others of you, it's just going to be like, yeah, I kind of know I have to do some healing. I guess makes sense. I don't feel your energy was necessarily a Debbie Downer at all. Like, it's not draining. I do feel that for some of you, you just don't realize this is the issue, and for others of you, you are aware that you're pushing it back, but you haven't reached the point that is crippling you from actually being in relationships. You are just you are conscious enough that you're not okay, so you kind of put yourself in timeout, and that is good, to allow the emotions to go through and to process the situation. Like, it's fine to sometimes just stop and be in the limbo. Like, it's perfectly fine. You can work through that later when you understand what that limbo is and what that means to you. So yeah, your energy is not bad at all. You're just in a situation that is a little bit complicated and it's complex. Nothing too crazy though. I do feel that for some of you, this video was a wake-up call, and for others of you, it's kind of just refocusing your energy and what you have to do, which I do feel that for some of you, you already knew. So in order for you to unlock your love life, you just need to free yourself from whatever mental prison you've put yourself in, or you're not even aware you are in. I do feel that you will eventually start taking healthier actions, but you have to ground yourself, heal yourself, and be in harmony within yourself as well. So that's kind of like the main thing. I think that's how I started this reading. I think you guys had a very straightforward reading. I just had a very distracting environment, so I don't know if I went in circles or not. But if it was a little bit redundant, then it could just mean that was like the highlight over the highlight over the highlight of messages for you. So yeah, with all of that said, thank you so much for watching once again. I hope you find this entertaining or a little bit fun, even though this one was, as I mentioned, it could be a little bit of a difficult message to accept, or to, this was not light at all. This is very, it's a complicated situation to be in, especially if you don't know where to start your healing. So that's all I have to say. Pile 1. See you on the next one, which will be all about your healing, the next pick a card reading. So that will be a very ideal reading to watch, now that I think about it, for anyone that picks Pile 1. Look forward to the healing messages that will come through in the next pick a card reading. Those might be very useful for some of you. And for others of you, you already know what you have to heal, so go ahead and do that. So yeah, love and healing from me to you, and see you on the next big reading. Bye. Hello Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. For those of you that picked the Ocean, Jasper, Heart, Stone. Let's see what's in store for your love life. The first card that we have is Uriel with the Angel of Flame. We have New Moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. We have Breath with the keyword life. We have Detox, Cleanse, and Restore Yourself. The energies in your love life, we have the Black Egg. We have the Elephant. We have the Page of Wands, upright. The Four of Pentacles, upright. The Five of Swords, upright. And the Five of Pentacles, reverse. Okay. So, pile 2. I feel like with you guys, there might be a romantic relationship that's coming through, and it's very strong and passionate, but I do feel there's a warning for you guys. The warning is for you to not sabotage your own relationship because of your own fears. I don't think this is I don't think the issue is, oh, whoever you're with is toxic and evil and stuff. Not at all. I just feel that this person that you may be looking for as a relationship, as a romantic partner, potential stuff, might be someone that is very straightforward, very laser focused, and they know exactly what they want. So I do feel that that could scare you, or it could be the other way around, meaning that you may be very straightforward, very passionate, very direct and to the point, but also you may fear relationships a little bit. The whole commitment and stuff. You may be carrying some baggage. That could be an issue as well. Okay. So if I'm correct, the black egg is supposed to represent your throat chakra. So you may have difficulty speaking up about your issues or your problems. You may be the group that picked the... Okay, let me put my thoughts together, because I don't remember which group it was, but in the current energy, there was a group that I was like, you guys are kind of angry. And what I mean is, like, you guys are probably angry about something. So, looking at this angel of flame, you could be very passionate, or you could be hot-headed, or a very busy individual. So there's many things that this card could potentially represent, but I do feel that there's this sense of healing through fire, maybe going through a phoenix moment. I'm getting that some of you could have very strong Taurus energy, especially with that elephant. The elephant is supposed to represent having the ability to just bulldoze over any obstacle that gets in your path. So that's kind of why I'm thinking, of that stubborn Taurus energy that is able to just overcome and persist any situation that they encounter. But with the new moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. I do feel that, new moons are a new beginning, a new chapter, and this card looks kind of similar to the black egg, having those purple hues and like the dark environment, kind of like emerging from the shadows. It's kind of what I thought of right now. But with the breathe card and life, I'm getting this sense of, we have a heart right here and this woman kind of like and then I do feel that life is telling you to maybe take a break from relationships, or if that's an issue for you, and if it's not, is like in this break, in this period before you start a new relationship, give it some thought and give it some proper time so you get a idea of what you're looking for, but you also jump in when you feel comfortable and ready for it. We have number 27 with this card. If you add it up, that's a 9. 9 is the end of a chapter, and it's also the card that represents the hermit, which is all about, going in isolation to find yourself again. If we look at the energies of this love reading, we have the black egg and the elephant, and I have already kind of talked about both of them. But the black egg talks about your throat chakra. It's an egg, so it's kind of talking about like hatching this new way of communication. Communication could be within your partner, and it could also be within yourself. So, speaking up your truth, speaking up about what your thoughts are. So that's like the energy going through. There's this other energy that could represent an individual, not necessarily. We have the elephant, and the elephant is someone that has their third eye pretty well defined and they work with it. It's a fire element car, meaning that it's about, taking action, being impulsive, and very passionate. But then we have this elephant that is I just heard a crow. So that's definitely healing and guidance for, that I just heard a crow outside, and to me crows represent a guiding spirit animal that's helping you through the unknowns and darkness. So if you're doing shadow work, you have the guidance right here for sure. But this elephant is telling me, aside from, breaking through any obstacle, I do feel that the fire that the elephant has on its trunk is supposed to represent a heart and fire. So I'm thinking of maybe light a flame. So, kind of like maybe getting into a relationship that feels a little bit dangerous, but not necessarily bad. Or maybe you guys maybe do some kinky stuff, but I don't know if that's relevant. It might be, I don't know. I mean, we do have Scorpio energy, so you may be a very intense partner. When you have someone that is very direct, straightforward, and passionate, it does come as someone that's a little bit intense. So you could be someone that is like that, or you could find a partner that is like that, and if that's the case, I'm not surprised you will run away. Or maybe that's just my air tendency, be like, too much. But anyway, let's look at the other cards. We have the Page of Wands. So you could also be attracting an individual that is a little bit immature, because this Page of Wands is barely, it's baby energy. It's someone that is still growing and developing, and it's taking actions a little bit impulsively. Nothing too crazy though, because the Page of Wands is a messenger card, so it's like someone that is about to take action, or is saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Very inspired, very new. So there's a chance that some of you are very new to the love game, right? I just thought of it's a Korean soloist. She has a song called Love Game. It's such a good song. But yeah, the Page of Wands is someone that is barely starting, embarking in this new journey. It is someone that is still very young. So many of you could be very inexperienced with love, or very young. So you are barely understanding what it feels like to be sexually attracted to someone. I do feel there's very strong sacral chakra energy, so many of you are probably barely exploring that side of yourselves. So that could be the thing. I'm hearing crows like a lot right now, which is weird. So maybe you are slowly embarking into this dark desires that you have very deep within you. Nothing necessarily bad, but maybe for you it's something that you're like, what is this unholiness that I carry? Like, I don't know. I'm joking here. Like, I feel that maybe for many of you it's so intense and so foreign and so unknown to you that you don't really know how to react and how to act upon it, but you're very excited to embark in this new journey. We also have the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles talks about someone that is in the dark about something. It's also I'm trying to think of how the and also holding very tightly onto something. So it's a very possessive energy. So you could be in a partnership right now, or maybe you might be getting yourself involved with someone that is very possessive, which also that's a Scorpio energy thing. Scorpios are very jealous prone. Boy, I guess so. But also another stereotype for Scorpios is that they are very possessive. Now, I already mentioned depending on how depending on who you're dealing with, it could come off very unhealthy, as much as it could just be the personality that they carry. So it could be someone that is like, this person is mine and only mine. So they expect extreme loyalty, and you could be dealing with someone like that, or you could be like that as well, that is like, this person is mine and that's it. So none of you are too keen to the idea of a polygamous relationship. I struggle so much with that word. We also have Sun in Capricorn, so you may be very traditional with your beliefs. Someone that is a Sun in Capricorn is someone that is like, this is how it works, you know, you have only one partner, you marry that person, you have a career, you support your partner and stuff like that. So you have very traditional beliefs on how love works and how it should be and all of that. So it could also mean that you are a person that is kind of like, I will have one partner only. Now that I think about it, now that I'm seeing the way work through your fears, I'm guessing that if you have a very traditional way of thinking of love, many of you may actually be afraid with letting go and being spontaneous. So what I mean by that is that if you have this very grounded, earthy energy here, but then you also have this very strong, passionate energy within you, you may hold it back a lot, and that could be something that you're slowly exploring, and that's the fear you're working through. We also have the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords is one of those cards that I never really know how to interpret. It's supposed to represent, I mean, the way that I see it is like a small victory, right? Like, you've won the battle but not the war. That's usually how I see the Five of Swords. And in some other depictions, it's kind of like discipline. I'm thinking of like the manga tarot that I have, but I'm actually kind of stumped looking at the Five of Swords. So maybe you may be struggling with a change of your a way of thinking, because swords are about your intellect, your speech, your communication, your way of thinking. So yeah, that also talks about your judgment. And with five, we are talking about changes, so you may be struggling to go through those changes. We do have some black swans or geese or something, but it seems like they're flying together to fight, and there's support here. So I do feel that maybe you are going through a period of struggling to understand what you're feeling, and also having a name for it, and then understanding how that will be applied into your love life. We also have another five. We have the Five of Pentacles reversed. The Five of Pentacles talks about feeling left out, or being left in the dark, or being abandoned. But with it in reverse, I do feel that these two cards are kind of talking about there's support for you, there's help out there for you, like you're not alone. This could mean that you know how I was talking about crows and how they guide you into the unknown. I do feel that's kind of what these cards are talking about. Like, you are not on your own. There's help out there. If you need your spirit guides, they will always be there. If you need someone to talk to understand your situation or help you get a better idea of what's going on, you know, there's support out there. But the thing that you may want to work in to unlock your love life, to make it work in whichever way you define work, we have number 3, detox, with cleanse and restore yourself. So again, going back to the Scorpio energy, it talks about death and rebirth, because Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, which is a planet of transformation, sets, and finances, I think. But anyway, I see it mostly as transformation. So I'm also thinking of all the fire that we have here is making me think of a phoenix, and the phoenix is supposed to also be, you know, rising from the ashes, healing with fire. So there is, and here we have work through your fears and breathe. And with breathe, I was thinking of, like, you know, meditation, you know, when you breathe in and out in a controlled way to start focusing on your breathing, which helps you meditate, which helps you relax and all of that. So I do feel that that's a form of cleansing yourself. It could be through burning passion and fire. It could be through the watery way of cleansing yourself, or it could be through air. Yeah, we don't have earth, so nothing about diets or nothing about exercise. I mean, I guess if you exercise, that could be like burning something within you, right? So in order for your love life to work, we have cleansing and restore yourself. So it does feel like there's this advice of fire, water, or air that could help you cleanse yourself. I do feel that there may be some baggage and some issues, like maybe you have issues with being too possessive, or you may have issues of feeling abandoned and left out, or you may have some issues with being inexperienced, or you may have some issues with not being able to speak up, and because of that, or you may be dealing with someone that is having some of these issues, so it just gets in the way of having a harmonious relationship. So with the cleanse and restore, I do feel that it's your love life right now needs to have some sort of reset, either accepting that these things are part of yourself and learning how to manifest them in a healthy way, which is not imposing on anyone's free will type of thing. Or it's one of those things that you may be in a situation where it puts you in this tight spot, and cleansing your energy is going to help you prioritize yourself and put yourself first. Or if you cleanse this baggage, you will be able to start fresh and into a new relationship, or being able to have a healthy relationship because you're working through this cycle. And if you are inexperienced, working cleansing yourself and stuff will help you not be nervous about starting this new journey and understanding this new side of yourself that you didn't even know you had. So I do feel that this is where the love comes in. It's like learning who you are in your love life, that kind of thing. So I'll leave that there for pile 2. Thank you so much for watching. I genuinely don't really know what to make of this reading. When I do the love life section in my individual readings, I left it very broad, so anything comes through, honestly. So with you guys, it seemed like it was kind of like just learning about yourself, or learning the situation you're in with this individual that may have all of these aspects. So keep that in mind. Put yourself first and heal yourself and work with yourself and get to know yourself as well. That will definitely help when you're in a partnership, because then when you're with a person, you can be like, this is how I am, that's how things work, that's how it functions, and if you want it, take it, and if you don't, leave. That's kind of how it works in a relationship. So yeah, I hope you find this interesting, or I hope you find this entertaining in some sort of way. I will definitely see you on the next one, which will be pick a card about healing messages. So you're working through your fears. That reading could potentially be very helpful for you if you don't really know what fears you may have or how to work through them. So look forward to that in the next pick a card reading. But thank you so much for listening to your pile. I really hope it was helpful somehow. But anyway, love and healing from my part to you, and see you on the next one. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Or for those of you that picked the pink stone, I forgot what it is. I wasn't sure if it's a pink opalite or a pink opal. So the pink stone it is. So for those of you that picked this stone, let's see what your love life has in store for you. We have left hand judgment. We have new moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. We have number 20, oblivion, with a key phrase, open your arms. We have magic, with the keyword alchemy. Then the energies in your love life, we have bat and the cosmic egg. The other cards that we have, the magician upright, the king of pentacles upright, the ace of cups reverse, and the page of pentacles reverse. So pile 3, I do feel that with you guys there was like a lot of movement going on with your reading. When I was shuffling the cards and preparing the piles and everything, especially with the tarot cards, I would just get a bunch of cards falling over and over with your guys's pile, and I'm just like, I just want one card from, you know, from a different deck, and I would just the cards would just they would just fall, and I just thought that was funny. I thought, oh, maybe there's a lot of energy going on, or I thought maybe there are a lot of messages that want to go through. So let's just jump right into it and see what those messages are. So there seems to be a magical element to your love life. We have New Moon in Pisces with Meditate and Contemplate, and then we have Magic, yeah, right, and then we have the Cosmic Egg. So to me, well, and the Magician, okay, I didn't think about the Magician. So we kind of have already like 4 cards that talk about like something magical, something fairy tale like, or maybe even spiritual, right? So you might be manifesting love, or that is something that you yearn for a lot. I do feel that my hopeless romantics could be in pile 3 right now. I do feel that many of you guys may desire or are in a spiritual connection with someone, and that's kind of what you're aiming for in your love life. Let's see. Because I was also thinking, you know how Pisces is ruled by Neptune, so you may have to be careful sometimes to not be too dreamy and too up in the clouds. Try to, you know, bring yourself back to the ground. Because that might be necessary for you to understand the situation that you're really in and not be under the illusion of things happening. But let's see what else there is for you. There seems to be some sort of like duality with the 2 fish, so there might be some need of balance, not necessarily though. With the left hand of Judgment, to me the left hand always represented kind of like, I always saw that as my spiritual hand, because, you know, I'm right-handed, so I see my right hand as the hand of creation and the left one as my sensitive, intuitive one, if that's a thing. I knew that because, you know, when you're shuffling cards, you probably want to shuffle with your left hand because it's the one that connects to your heart. Anyway, but yeah, with that Judgment card, I'm getting that maybe you're supposed to make a decision or get a better sense of judgment, get a better sense of what's right, what's wrong, but also boundaries. Usually when I see Pisces, I feel that the boundaries within yourself could be a little bit loose, because Pisces tends to be, it's a mutable water sign, meaning that it just flows with the flow of whatever's thrown its way. So I do feel that many of you may need to set up some boundaries. It might be very important and necessary to to let people know how much you will take from them, if anything at all. And by take from them, I mean like their attitude or their thoughts and stuff like that. That's kind of what I meant by take from them. Not necessarily like, oh, let me take this from you. Not necessarily that literal. But let's talk about the energies within your love life. We have the bat in a cosmic egg. The bat is an air element, as we have the air symbol right there. So this kind of shows me that communication and ideas and being with someone that is very well spoken could be something you're looking forward to. Also, someone that is very mature and maybe even a little bit old-fashioned. Because to me, the bat, my mom always says that bats are, in the end, just very old mice. And I'm like, sure. I don't know if it's true or that's just how she sees it, you know? Yeah, with the bat, I'm getting that you're probably, either you or the partner that you're looking for is someone that, I feel that the bat is something you're looking for, is someone that has done their shadow work, or is not afraid to look at their dark side. They're not afraid of growing and developing into and improving themselves, you know, by looking at that, or like going into the unknown, right? Because we see the bat putting its back to the moon, right? Going away from the light. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna go for like a daredevil. No troublemaker over here. It's just someone that is able to be like, okay, I have my guidance and my protection on my back, it is time to like enter this journey of unknowns, right? So that's kind of why I'm leaning more towards you wanting a partner, or you could be like that. I don't know. But then we have the cosmic egg, and I feel the cosmic egg could be the people that pick this pile. The cosmic egg is a chakra animal. It's supposed to represent the crown chakra. So you guys are up in the clouds that you don't even know. You guys are the type of people that are that really, really protect your spirituality, or you protect something very valuable. So when you have a partner, family, friends, whoever or whatever it is that you care about, you take care of them like you don't even know. So I do feel that you guys, or you may be looking for a partner like that has those qualities. You could have them as well, and that's why you're expecting, right? If you are a certain way, I do feel that you expect that from a partner as well. And when I mean you, I don't mean like just you, I mean like everyone in general. But I could be wrong. You know, I don't know how people think of relationships, but in my case, you know, I expect something from my partner, I should have that as well. But maybe that's just me, I don't know. But yeah, we have the left hand of judgment. So I do feel like this time I should address this card. I haven't really picked it up for any of the other piles, but this one feels so powerful, and then that red in contrast with all of that grayish blue, I really, really like it. It feels, as I mentioned, very, very powerful. It's kind of like, it's making me think of like, you guys may be in this energy, or you are aiming to be in this energy where your word is law. So what I mean by that is that whatever it is that you say, you're not playing around. You're not, you know, you're not here to just, how should I put it? You're not asking anyone. You're not telling anyone. You're kind of ordering everyone. When you say, these are my boundaries, you're not here to have people play test those boundaries. You're here to be like, I'm not even warning you, I am telling you in a way of like, don't even come near me kind of thing, right? So I do feel that some of you guys may be super guarded, and some of you guys may be aiming to be in this energy and should probably continue working towards that, right? Because I do feel that some of you may need to be a little bit more straightforward, and that could be a way that you can ground your energy, right? You can be very dreamy and everything, but when it comes down to like an actual relationship, being like, okay, yeah, I'm a hopeless romantic, but I'm not gonna deal with just anyone, right? I'm going to make sure that it's someone that it's worth it, if that makes sense. You know, be able to pick your battles wisely and fight for what you believe in, and not necessarily just fight because you're with some baby energy over here, right? When I mean baby energy, I mean so immature. But yeah, we also have, you know, magic and alchemy. So I do feel like you may be manifesting and creating this love life that you can be happy with, and you're trying to make your dreams come true. It almost looks like a bird is about to emerge. It made me think of a phoenix. We also have 43, so if you add that up, that's a 7. So maybe at the current moment you are in solitude, because 7 is more of like the lone soldier out there. You know, you're on your own, trying to figure out yourself and all of that. You could also have healing hands. So what I mean is that, you know, maybe you do Reiki or something. I don't know if that's important, or whoever your partner is will really like that about you. I do feel that that's specific to you. Seems like you're manifesting someone that is very mature, very grounded, and very down to earth, which is the same as grounded. But with this King of Pentacles, you want someone that is mature because it's a king, also very stable and grounded because it's an earth sign. But this King of Pentacles talks about someone that can handle themselves, someone that knows what they want. This is Capricorn energy, so someone that is traditional, someone that the elements that we have here is air and earth, so someone that knows how to speak, someone that is very eloquent, someone that is very pleasant as well, and someone that is very direct and straightforward. And with this Magician, you have like the dreamy type of creation, someone that is creating out of their heart, and then you have here someone that is very practical. So I do feel that you may be aiming for someone that can balance out your spirituality and have someone that is a little bit more down to earth, a little bit more 3D and practical. So you could be a little bit more of the visionary, dreamy side, but you may be aiming to have someone that is a little bit more that has a little bit more of what you're working towards, so you can either learn from them or so you can balance each other out like that, right? So you can continue dreaming. I do feel that you may be unconsciously aiming for that. But yeah, it seems like you're pretty balanced out with the magician energy, and you are ready to just manifest whatever you want, especially because we have all of these other ones. But I do feel with the new moon in Pisces, you right now are in a journey where you have to either work on yourself or start figuring out what you want in a partnership, so that you can have that all settled down. We have the Ace of Cups reversed, so I do feel that maybe you're not ready to start being in an emotional connection with someone, or this Ace of Cups reversed could mean that you're very close to getting that new beginning that you've been desiring. I do feel that you're not quite there though, so you may still be in the process of planning what, being conscious of what you want, or in order to have a King of Pentacles that respects you, you need to have your boundaries very well set. So like that, when this King of Pentacles comes in, they can be like, oh look, we are equals, and not be like, oh, I have to take care of this, or oh no, I have to do everything because this person's too, they have their heads up the clouds, right? So I do feel with this Ace of Cups reverse, it's kind of like there's some work that you have to do. It's nothing super crazy. I do feel that it's just a little bit out of the norm for you. Like, when you are always dreaming, and when you're always creating, and when you're always doing something that, have your escapism tendencies, then of course sometimes you kind of go like, wait, what? That's not normal. And it's kind of like, I mean, it's fine, just don't do too much of it, I guess. Or at least be conscious, so like that when you do have to be down to earth and, face reality, you're ready for it. We also have the Page of Pentacles reversed. So the Page of Pentacles is the baby energy of earth. It's an individual that could be a child or a teenager, it's barely like, and by that I don't necessarily mean age, I just mean knowledge and knowing. So with it being reversed, I do feel that you may not even realize you're in this energy, or you don't even notice that you're still, you don't have your feet on the ground. You may want to work with your root chakra, so like that you are a little bit more conscious of your surroundings. I don't think the issue is that you don't know what your reality is. I think the issue is that you don't really know how to work with it. So that's where like the impractical side of you comes out. Like you kind of just go with the flow, so you don't really know how to plan ahead, or even if you plan ahead, it's kind of impractical, because it's kind of like, oh, I wish this happens and this and that, but then you don't realize that, okay, well, that's not really a plan or something you can do physically. It's kind of like just a plan of like, universe is what I want, which is perfectly fine to have that, but don't rely on it as something that, it's not a good outline to figure out what you can do. So this Page of Pentacles reverse, it's kind of like the message is that you are still not, you're so up there that you don't even realize you are not down here on earth. So I feel that's kind of like the main message. But what you have to work, what do you have to unlock for your love life to work, whatever work means for you, is number 20, Oblivion, open your arms. So for some of you, you may have, especially with how the flowers are kind of like on her back, like if they were wings, I do feel, I just thought of, what's life flying without wings? There you go. But anyways, with the flowers representing wings, I do feel that someone may have cut your wings, or you may have to have a compromise, right? Because what are flowers? Flowers are part of earth. Flowers are an element of earth, meaning, being grounded, So I do feel that life is asking you to be in this fine line, this middle ground when you can still be fragile but very strong, because flowers have very strong roots, or else the wind will blow and they will just fly away like crazy. But no, flowers are very grounded. They plant themselves to stay there, and they are very strong in trying to stay alive. They're very good warriors in trying to play the survival game, right? Well, they ain't playing around. They're surviving. So I do feel that life is kind of like, we don't want to, cut your wings off in a sense of like, so you never dream again. We just want you to be conscious of what your reality is all about. I do feel with this Oblivion card, and especially with that 2, there's a sense of balance. Well, 20 is, it's if you add it up, it's a 2. So yeah, it's all about balance. They want you to find harmony and balance within yourself. It's like, yeah, you're gonna find the King of Pentacles. You definitely will if that's what you're aiming for. Or you will become this King of Pentacles if that's what you're aiming for. But right now, life wants you to be a little bit more practical. They want you to be a lot more grounded. They want you to be conscious and aware of your reality and how it works and how you can work with it, with the dreaminess and positivity that you carry. It's not like life wants you to kill that side of yourself off, or to clam up about it. They just want you to learn how to work with it, so you don't feel disappointed later on, or so you don't feel like you're out of control sometimes, or so you don't feel like you're a victim of what the universe has to offer, right? There's also little like shadows of butterflies, but they're not quite there. So I do feel that you're still like in this Oblivion card is kind of like, it's fine if you're still in your cocoon. You don't have to transform fully yet to be able to have your relationship to work. Just being on the path of that will lead you to have to find your love life. So it's like, as you are working on yourself, you're just gonna find that person. There's not like a checkpoint you have to reach. It's just the moment you set your mind into going down that journey, you will just find the right people to help you learn from it. Learn how to stay grounded, learn how to be practical, learn how to work with the 3D, and rely a little bit more on yourself in that sense. And you will eventually just find that King of Pentacles, so that's what you're aiming for. So it is someone you're gonna find along your path, and they will probably help you down that path as well. And I don't think it might be much later. You'll find this person to be a partner that you can rely on and have a romantic relationship if that's what you aim for. I don't think this King of Pentacles is the end goal. I do think that this King of Pentacles is going to be part of your journey, and you'll find them along the way. I don't think it's like a checkpoint of like, oh, you're working towards this. It's more like you'll find it as you're doing your own thing. So yeah, with this open your arms, I also feel that life may want you to be a little bit more open. Because maybe you're super spiritual, you are manifesting like crazy, and loss of attraction and all of that, but you may be a little bit too closed off with that side of yourself, so that may make it a little bit difficult for people to understand why you're kind of out of it. Like, you're dreaming everything, but you're not even grounding that dreaminess that you have. The mystical side of you, the magical side of you don't ground it, so people don't see it, or they're not aware of it. Or because of that, you don't even realize how beautiful you are. So I do feel that this is something that you should be aware of. So yeah, you may be very oblivious to even your own talents, and I do feel that once you ground yourself, you're going to be able to see what you're very good at. You're going to be able to see how wonderful you are, and because of that, you will slowly start growing wings, because wings represent hope. They represent freedom, and I do feel that you will slowly open up your arms. When you cross your arms, you're kind of like blocking off your heart chakra, and when I mean blocking off, is like you're guarding it, you're protecting it, right? Usually when people they're reading body language, they take crossing your arms as a way of protecting yourself, or as a way to distance yourself from whichever conversation you're having with someone, because you're kind of like blocking off your energy, your heart chakra from connecting to that person. Is like, no. kind of, setting boundaries, protecting yourself and guarding yourself. So with this Oblivion card, especially with how low her hands are when she crosses them, it kind of shows that you may be lacking a little bit of confidence and, creativity and optimism, which is your solar plexus. But it also kind of shows that you may be also having some issues with your sacral chakra, which talks about, being inspired and feeling, that passion again. So you may be lacking that grounded energy, so yeah, I'll leave that there for pile 3. I think I went on for quite a while. I tried to stay more focused on the reading, and with this one too, we just and Flying Without Wings, I don't really know what the song's about, but I don't think it's anything bad. I'm thinking of other songs by Westlife, and it's not helping me try to remember what the song's about. But anyway, I'll leave that there before I make this even longer of, just silence of me trying to figure out what the song says. So, you may want to give it a listen. Maybe that's important to you, or maybe you already know the song and you're like, yes, I love it, woo! Or maybe you hate it, I don't know. But I love I hope this was entertaining, or I hope you were able to learn something from it. I hope that maybe, I hope, I usually don't say that. Maybe I got that from you, group 3, whatever it is that you carry. But yeah, love and healing from my part to you, and see you on the next pick-up card reading. That pick-up card reading will be about any healing messages that go through, so feel free to check it out when it comes out. And if not, feel free to check out the previous reading, which was about your career, which is part of this series if you haven't seen it yet. But thank you so much for watching all the way through pile 3. I really do hope that you manifest this King of Pentacles, if that's what you're aiming for, or I do hope that you embody that King of Pentacles as you may be aiming to be. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Bye, pile 3. Hello, pile 4. Welcome to your reading. Or for those of you that picked the Rose Quart, let's see what's in store for you in your love life. Was that blurry? If it was, whoops. It happens, I guess. So we have the Angel of Snow. New Moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. Number 34, Ubuntu. Crap, I don't know how to say that. Compassion for others. We have Mountain with the keyword clarity. Number 16. I wonder if numbers are important for you. I usually don't read the numbers. Here, let me play them nicely. We have Phoenix and Deer as the energies for your love life. Then we have the Four of Swords, the Four of Wands reverse, the Ace of Pentacles reverse. Oh, you got 2 of these. The Nine of Cups reverse. Alright. You have the Hermit and the Queen of Pentacles reverse. I don't know if you guys want to hear what I have to say. If you were here hoping for like a love reading, as in like a romantic one, I don't think you're gonna get it necessarily. I think yours is mainly about healing. Okay, you're the last pile. As the last pile, you get the juicy gossip of the other ones, and by that I mean, yeah, I think I'm just attracting a bunch of people that need healing. We're all gonna be staying single forever, or for those of you that do have a partner, that's not the focus anyway. Singles rise. But that's just me being a little bit bitter right now. Anyway, so putting all of that away, let's focus on your reading. So we have the Angel of Snow. Okay, so let me explain why I feel that this is not necessarily a romantic love reading. We have the Angel of Snow, we have Mountain, we have the Hermit, and the Queen of Pentacles reverse. To me, this all of these cards kind of show on focusing on yourself. They all kind of show this sense of purity and solitude. Because to me, snow represents a moment of clarity. It represents silence. To me, it also represents, you know, a moment of hibernation. So that's why the whole thing with solitude and being on your own comes from. And the hermit is all about that. So maybe you are in a period right now where you have to focus on yourself. This Queen of Pentacles reverse talks about, instead of giving that energy away to other people, you should bring it to yourself. This is Taurus energy, and you do have Taurus energy right here. So maybe there's something there that we should explore for sure. And then we have number 16. Number 16, when you add it up, it's a 7. And 7 is, to me, when you think of numerology, not necessarily the numbers in tarot, but numerology, to me, I believe it means, when you're a life path 7, it's a path where you're kind of just doing things on your own and trying to find who you are and do your own thing, right? You're going in that lone journey. Doesn't mean you're not going to find a partner. It just means that your focus is yourself right now. You also have another 7 right here. 34 adds up to 7. So you could be a life path 7. I did mention that numbers were going to be important for you. So maybe numerology is something you might be interested in. I'm not very well... I don't have too much knowledge about numerology. I'm a life path 1. But even that, I don't really know what that means. But yeah. Let's talk about the energies in your reading. So in your love life, we have Phoenix and Deer, which I think are very beautiful cards. Phoenix is supposed to represent the root chakra, and it's supposed to symbolize healing through fire. So it's the sense of, you're not burning yourself up in a sense of destruction. It's a healing fire. It's a healing sensation of transformation and recreating yourself. It's starting again, starting over, but it's a root chakra, so you're doing this from a very physical standpoint. So you may be reinventing yourself with the way that you express yourself physically, the way that you speak, or it could be the way that you dress, or the way that you see yourself. This could also be just the image that you have of yourself changing, and it could also be all of those things put together, right? It doesn't have to be like individual things. So yeah, with this Phoenix, I do feel that there's maybe there seems to be some of you may be jaded. I don't know why I thought about that. So you may be looking for a partner that is innocent and young. Not necessarily actually like age-wise, not necessarily age-wise young. I mean young as in like they have a very pure way of seeing things. They're not jaded by the difficulties of life. They're not bothered by how things don't work out, or they're not bothered with just giving up with how the situation is. There's hope, there's optimism, and someone that works specifically from their heart chakra. This is earth element right here, so you may be looking for a partner that is very grounded, has their feet on the ground, they're planted in their reality very well, but they're very pure still, very optimistic, and very genuine and sincere. So I do feel that you may be looking for that, or you are in that. No, you're looking for that. I feel that many of you guys are more in the I need to transform period. I don't think you're necessarily in this Deer element. Because I do feel that for you guys, if you have to do a lot of, the moment you reach the Hermit in the Major Arcana, you have lost your innocence already. You've already seen it all, and because of that, you're like, time out, forget life. I'm gonna just run for the mountains and be on my own for a while. That's usually what the Hermit energy tells me. So I do feel that you guys may be there. Also with the spiritual card, I do feel that you guys are very knowledgeable about a lot of other things that people that are a little bit too young are not super aware of. And when I mean young, I don't necessarily mean age. I do have to emphasize that a lot. Some of you don't have to be super young to be in this energy. Some of you guys are just very, very mature, and you've experienced a lot of things, and you have seen a lot of different faces from society and other people, and not all of it was pretty, and because of that, you may have gone through this period of I need to retreat, I can't handle this anymore type of thing. We have the angel of snow, so I guess snow could be a symbol of purity, and of innocence, and if you don't step on it, beauty, and renewal and fluffy and stuff like that. But this card kind of shows me, like, it doesn't kind of look like she's about to run away. She's like, okay, peace out, I'm out. It kind of looks like that, I don't know. But it also feels like, being in isolation. So this feels like the Five of Pentacles, except you brought this upon yourself. You made the choice to walk away. You made the choice to just be on your own. That's why with this one, I don't think, okay, there's love elements of like romantic love, but I don't necessarily think it's your priority right now. Yeah, I do feel that you guys are aiming to find your own stability, and because of that, love may not be at the forefront, or that's just a message that's going through right now. Focus on yourself, not necessarily on finding a romantic partner. I do feel that with you guys, you will find someone when you're ready to find someone, if that makes sense. I don't think there is necessarily plans for you to find love, to go down a love journey, or like even if you are in a partnership already, that's not the focus with you guys. The focus is to work on yourself and be in that solitude. You having having a silent mind and a cold mind, so you can actually explore your thoughts with clarity. Anyway, we have the new moon in Taurus, so you're going through this new journey, but prosperity lies ahead. Kind of feels like life is just telling you the good things are eventually going to come to you. I don't necessarily think you guys are meant to go through a very harsh journey. I just feel that you have to focus on yourself, especially with the cards that we have right here. And I will talk about this one in a little bit, because I do feel that this could be the reason why you have to focus on yourself. We do have a lot of earth cards. We have the deer, we have new moon in Taurus, we have the ace of pentacles and the queen of pentacles. So you do have a lot of earth and snow. Does that technically count as water? So I do feel that you have a lot of feminine energy, that you just have it. You're very intuitive. I mean, we have water here, and technically the hermit is earth element because it's a Virgo energy, right? So I do feel that many of you may need to, I don't think, it's not like the previous pile where they needed to ground themselves because they were, pretty aloof, pretty naive, and I guess just very dreamy. But with you guys, that's not necessarily the issue. The issue is just that you just have to prioritize yourself right now. I don't think that you guys give too much to the point that you don't have enough for yourself. It's just that at the period that you're in, you just have to bring yourself together again. It doesn't feel like it's a big deal. When I mean a big deal, it's not like it's a major thing of like you have to heal yourself or you will not find the right partner for you, right? It's kind of like you just need this moment. It's like a moment. It's not a habit. It's not a full-on journey that's gonna take days and months to heal. It's just a moment, right? I do feel that with you guys, it's just a period of time where you need to just focus on yourself and find that clarity. Clarity. And then we have mountain. So remember how I mentioned, run for the mountains with the hermit? Yeah, that's kind of what we have here. This card is kind of telling me that right now you just have to like focus on yourself and being isolated so you can think clearly in order to see things in a clearer mind. Transform yourself, burn those ashes of sadness or betrayal or jadedness. I do feel that with you guys, it's just you may have been born with this already, or you just grew up and became jaded with the situation. And what do I mean by jaded? For those of you that do not know, jaded is just kind of like, I kind of described it a little bit technically, but it's kind of when you just come immune to it. You're so used to it, you have become jaded, right? You don't react either good or bad. It just is what it is. You've come to accept it. It's like a form of resignation, I guess. But in this case, what I mean jaded with, the situation you're in or just life in general, is that you don't see hope for it anymore. So you just kind of go like, life can destroy itself. It always happens. So you don't have hope for things to get better, nor do you do anything for it either way, because you're just like, I'm just gonna put myself out of this situation, right? You remove yourself, so you have resignated yourself to the situation, and you have also removed yourself from it. And there's nothing wrong with removing yourself from it, but I do feel that may have put you in a situation where you don't have that much hope anymore. You don't have that much optimism. You could be a little bit more broody and a little bit more you may feel like an outcast sometimes because you're aware of these patterns, but you're not comfortable being in a situation with those patterns, and because of that, you just kind of create yourself some resistance. Nothing too bad. It is what it is, right? Basically. But this Four of Wands reverse. Let's start talking about some of the cards that we have here. Kind of shows that you don't feel at home anymore. You don't feel stable. You don't feel grounded. 4 is a number of stability. It's a number of feeling that you have your foundation very well set. And the 4 of Wands usually represents home. It could also represent ceremonies and marriage and weddings and stuff like that, right? But with it being reversed, I do feel that it's leaning more towards you don't feel at home anymore. So the whole thing about you feeling like an outcast, I do feel that's the big thing. So with some of you, you do have to be in the moment of solitude to learn about yourself, and for others of you, you just put yourself in that situation because you feel like an outcast. So that 5 of Pentacles is kind of coming through in that sense. So some of you just need to find yourself at home again. Be at home within yourself. Have that temple within yourself that loves and respects you and understands you. You're building that within your solitude, having that space in your mind. I do feel that with you guys, when you have that moment, things are just gonna make sense. Things are just going to be happy in the sense of it. You have clarity again. So you are going to feel at home within yourself because you've created that home for yourself. That's where the focusing on you kind of comes from. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed and the 9 of Cups reversed. And this time I do want to pay attention to the symbols here. We have both earth elements right here, meaning that you may start and embark into a new long distance partnership. For some of you, long distance partnership for whatever reason. And for what I wanted to say with the Ace of Pentacles reverse was that you may be going through this new chapter, this new journey, this new beginning of a long-lasting relationship, not long distance, or having a new job or something like that. You're barely starting a chapter that is very 3D focused, material focused, potentially finances, or again, since we're talking about love, long-lasting relationships. But with it being reversed, I think you're not quite ready to start on that journey. But it's there, it's at the horizon, it's very close, you can almost touch it. That's why you need that one moment of clarity. You need that one moment of feeling at home. You need that one moment of being on your own. I do feel that when this new journey, when this Ace of Pentacles starts moving, right? And what I mean by that, it's a slow moving energy. It's Earth, right? Earth takes its time. It's very stable, grounded. If you think of shapes of when you're drawing something, square is, or rectangles are going to be the shape that Earth will have, if that makes sense. Because that creates a very stable, stable. That's the only word. Very stable shape, or very stable shape you can work with when creating and drawing something. I don't know why I'm talking about drawing, but that's kind of what I'm going for, right? It's very slow, so you may embark on this journey much later, but I also feel that when you're in your solitude, you will have already started on this journey. So you are going to slowly, like, life is going to slowly ease you into this journey. You don't have to start it consciously. Like, be like, okay, now I'm gonna go on this journey. No, the moment you try to find your own peace and your own clarity, you will slowly already be entering this journey. It's like meant to be happening anyway. Especially because we have the hermit right here. Some of you are you're in that checkpoint where you just have to be on your own. You know, you have to retreat. Soldier, retreat. We have Jupiter in Pisces with this Nine of Cups. So feeling an abundance of happiness and satisfaction and fulfillment. And also a dream coming true. But with it being reversed, I do feel that this is not necessarily bad. The only bad thing will be that maybe you don't feel fulfilled, you don't feel happy, you don't feel content. That could be the bad thing. But I do think that mainly what this card is saying is that you are like behind the scenes, the universe is working to give you, you know, that expansion of spirituality, or it's trying to give you this new knowledge, you know, spiritual downloads, maybe something that you're getting, like something is being prepared for you to like walk on or to work with, or something along those lines, like something along your journey you're going to get, which if it's love related, that could be it, right? Like you're like I feel like life is orchestrating a plan to play the stage later on. Like you will eventually stumble upon this play that life has like worked on and prepared, and you will just play your role. You're just gonna be you. You're just gonna do your own thing, but it's gonna be clear. I do feel that you need to clear up your mind. If you ever need guidance, you need to clear up your mind before you can get that guidance to like make sense. We also have the hermit, so I already mentioned, right? Going out on your own, being in solitude and all of that. But the other thing that the hermit has, aside from being a Virgo card, so self-healing, self-service, organizing your thoughts and yourself, and again, grounding yourself and working on yourself. That's all Virgo energy. The hermit also talks about, you see this light right here is supposed to represent enlightenment. So you're going on this period of solitude to, yes, be on your own, and yes, to learn about yourself. But the enlightenment is that, to know yourself. This is a journey to get to understand what your desires are and what your goals are and where your, you know, what your purpose is. And usually your purpose, what I mean in this sense, is not like your life purpose or like what did I come here to do. It's like what does life mean to you? What does that, you know, how does that fit with your vision of wanting to live life and all of that, right? So you're just, you know, laying the foundation to understand yourself. This is the groundwork for you. You know, this is you know, the plan, you know, whatever you want to say it as, but it's kind of like just understanding the blueprints of who you are and what that means to you and what has to change if you want to change anything, or how can you improve on what you already have, right? I don't necessarily feel like you have to change much of yourself, just understand yourself. I think that's a big thing, understanding yourself. We also have the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is usually the energy of giving to others, providing for other people, you know, beauty, or providing with luxury or food or money or, you know, material things, right? Because it's Pentacles. But with it being reversed, you are providing for yourself. All of that energy that you will have put to somebody else is like coming inwards to you. To me, the Queen of Pentacles reverse talks about prioritizing yourself and giving all of that love and compassion to you and you only right now. Here we see purples and blues, so speaking your truth, feeling comfortable, and also understanding like the higher point of view that the universe has. That's some of the things that you will, those are going to be some of the abilities or rewards you're going to reap from healing yourself and focusing on yourself, you know, because you're getting clarity. Also, we have a bunny right here and flowers, and like the Queen of Pentacles is like hugging this bunny. So later on, you will find abundance and prosperity. You know, it's there, it's gonna happen. It's just that right now you just need some clarity to be able to understand and see where that abundance is at. And the last card that we have for you, pile 4, is this card is supposed to represent how can you unlock your love life, and just make it work, whatever that means for you. We have compassion for others. So this is funny, right? I've been telling you to focus on yourself and do your own thing and all of that. Slow and steady wins the race. I do feel that's important for you. But focusing on your healing, focusing on your thoughts and your ideas, right? But with this card, you'll be like, wait, isn't that like the opposite? And I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna bump you on the head and be like, no, it's not the opposite. With this compassion for others, I do feel that what's happening is, remember how I mentioned that some of you could just be super jaded and you just don't care anymore. You're just like, that's just how life works. You have resignated yourself to how the situation usually has turned out for you, and because of that, you just don't have any hope and optimism that things will get better, and you have just accepted that you have no role in this play, but you do. With the compassion for others, I do feel that that's something that you will embed in, like, eventually do when you have done your own self-healing and worked on yourself. And what I mean by that is that when you are done being on your hermit mode and you come out of that, you will have reached the point where you will be able to provide for other people because you have done it for yourself. So now you're ready to give to others. And when I mean give to others, I don't mean like, doing charities or volunteering, doing those 3D things that you can do. You can, but that's not going to be for everyone. Not everyone has the time or the resources to do that, nor does everyone actually have like the heart for it. I guess that's what I'm going for. I do feel that with you, compassion for others will come from just being yourself. When you're doing your own thing, you will do little things for other people, right? Like smile to the right person, or just by being your happy self, you will make somebody else's day. And you know how you have like the domino effect, like you do one good thing and then it just hits onto somebody else, and they might, you may change somebody's mood in such a way that they create a lot of good things for other people as well. So this is like the example of like when you work in yourself and you're doing your own thing and shining on your own light, you are setting the example for other people to do the same. And also you have no baggage, so you will not be projecting that insecurity or projecting that sadness onto other people. So you will just take action. You will start living life again. And I do feel that that's kind of, when you start doing that, that's when you will know that you have unlocked your ability to have the love life that you're looking for. I do feel that you will slowly become one with Earth, especially with how you have the leaves kind of like eating her up, right? You're going to slowly become that feminine healing energy for other people. It's kind of like you by doing your own thing, you're unconsciously helping other people, because I do feel that when you just do you, it makes it easier for other people to realize that there's nothing wrong with being themselves, and it also helps other people realize that sometimes the small things in life are what makes us happy. Just having a smooth ride when you're transporting to your work, or just having you go to the store and you just find someone that was very nice to open the door for you, or someone that was very nice to just smile your way, and that just makes your day. Those little things that, because you are being happy, you just unconsciously transmute that happiness to other people. Transmute? Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But that's all I have to say for pile 4. I hope that was entertaining, or I hope you were able to learn something from this. I hope I was able to provide some good advice for you, pile 4. Again, you guys are just being on your own, and eventually when you get out of that, that's your sign that you are ready to love. I'm ready to love. Na, 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 na. Can we stay together? Can we stay together? Anyway, I'll leave that there. For those of you that are carrots, you know what I was thinking. And for those of you that don't, I apologize if I may have made you just question your life and be like, wait, what? Don't worry about it. You'll just know that's a sign that you're ready to love. But yeah, I hope you really enjoy this, and thank you so much for staying till the end till the end of your reading. I will see you on the next pick a card reading, which will be the last part of this series, and we will be focusing on any healing messages that go through. Feel free to check it out when that comes out, and if not, you feel free to check out the previous part, which talked about your career, if you haven't done that yet, or if you have, thank you so much for coming from there. Thank you so much for watching it. But yeah, love and healing from my part to you, and see you on the next pick a card reading, whenever that is, whenever that happens. Like, once again, thank you so much for watching, and